Yo, how's everything? How's everybody going? How's that? Oh, fuck it, man. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hi, how are you doing today? I want to make a video about how these jobs ain't shit and you need to start actually thinking like that, especially in the year of 2026. We got to move differently, man. We really do have to move differently. I have a story to tell you about me calling out a manager of mine for using AI to send me a job description, which made no sense at all. And when I called him out on it, he got like really upset at me and gaslit me. It made me feel like the bad person for basically asking him why he used AI for a job description. So let's get into this story, and hopefully this story makes you guys realize, have some self-respect. I know the job market's really bad right now, but I feel like your self-dignity is much more important than working at a job that, people just straight up disrespect you. So I'm gonna get into this one. So starting off, I worked in fine dining at this bum ass French restaurant, ghetto ass French restaurant. And it's not ghetto in terms of, the looks of it, because it's a fine dining restaurant, so it does that correctly. But in terms of management, in terms of the people that work there, it's fucking bad, man. The management's absolutely horrible. And it's one of those things where a lot of aspects of life in jobs and stuff like that, when you have a bad manager, no matter what job you work at, it'll be bad. It'll be horrible for everybody. You can work in a shitty ass warehouse and you got a good manager and good coworkers to look forward to, you'll have a great time. But not at this place, bro. So I worked there for around 10 months and we went through around 9 managers in 10 months. So that shit was like a fucking roster. Like that restaurant had a roster of managers, bro. Like boom next, boom next, boom next, boom next. I saw people come in and out. And then every time a new manager would come in, they would make new rules and then leave. And then the new manager would come in and make new rules and leave. So then, and nothing's being communicated, nothing's being officially updated, right? So you're at that point where you're doing all these things and then someone says, why are you doing that? And I'm like, I don't know, I just did it. This is how we always did. No, not anymore. And then you get in trouble for something that you didn't know was changed. And how is that fair to us? How is that fair to me? By the way, to let you know, I was a server assistant at this restaurant. I wasn't even a server, and I'm 25 years old. So I just felt like, I was working a job that was like above, like I was above the job because I had a lot of experience, but the job market's so bad right now that this is the only thing I could get. So I had no choice but to just do it, man. You got to make money somehow, right? So this job, that happened, right? So I kind of got fed up and stuff because the main chef would be very disrespectful and rude. He would call me out in front of the guests. The managers, I've gotten to a couple of scuffles with the manager. We got gooners. One of the Somali was a fucking gooner. Some of the guys that worked there were just straight gooners in terms of like how they talk about women in the workplace. I just found it very disrespectful and just very uncomfortable, and in a way where they will say it out loud. Like I'm not, obviously, like it's normal to find people attractive and be like, oh, look at table 8, like she's hot. Okay, whatever, men are men. But to, go out of your way and like say like these very like grotesque things like, oh, I want to fuck her dirty. She's the type of girl that I would fuck dirty. Like, bro, they'll be saying that shit and just straight up like rape culture, weird ass shit, bro. And I'm just like, yo, this shit's whacked, bro. And one of the gooning Somali managers would like hit on the hosts, hit on the girls at work. He's always hitting on every single girl that would walk in that joint, bro. And it's like, bro, he just couldn't even keep it in his pants for a fucking minute. Like, if you're trying to like catch a girl, like let her breathe for a bit. Let her be in the server for a little bit, bro. You don't gotta like, oh, she's in. Hi, how are you, bud? Like, bro, it was just crazy. And me, like, I don't like to talk to girls at my workplace. Like, I was friends with a lot of the girls there, and he like saw me as competition. So he started to like get upset at me, even though I'm not even trying to play no game. Like, I'm just here to work and go home, right? So this guy would like make up rumors about me that I'm gay and like, which is, I don't really care. If you call me gay, that means you're calling me pretty. So, everyone's got to cope somehow, okay? But besides the point, he would like, I would come into work and he would like compliment me, and then behind my back, he would like be very rude and talk shit about me. And it was like very obvious. And every time I talked to the girl at the workplace, he would like walk around and give me a look like I'm in trouble or something, and he would get upset at me. But then this guy would go to the host stand, to like the early 20-year-old fucking host stand, and show her like cars on the fucking iPad. It was honestly ridiculous. It was ghetto. And I just did not like that at work. And when he tells me about respect and he tries to get mad at me for not respecting him and stuff, it's like, why should I respect you when you're literally like making people at work feel uncomfortable, when you're literally like just being rude and you know, you're like a straight gooner. Like, I'm not gonna respect a fucking gooner, bro. Just because you're a manager, it means fuck all, bro. Like, I didn't choose to be in this field. So when you try to come up to me and tell me about this whole like, oh, you know, we're a team here, bitch. We're not a team, bro. I'm a minimum wage employee. You get paid salary. Like, we different. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It was crazy. So just to describe that experience at that restaurant, that's how it was, right? So, you know, all these, you know, things piled up, and I eventually was like, you know what, I had enough, you know, because we had a wedding and I was working 15 hours, bro, at a wedding. I'm not joking. I started at 10 and I left at like 2. And I just couldn't take it anymore. And I was like, hey, yo, I'm leaving. Like, I'm punching out. And they're like, why stay? I'm like, no, like, I'm done. Like, and you know, there's no breaks either, by the way. Like, they were like, oh, you can't have a break. Like, it's so fucked up, toxic, whatever, right? And, you know, they were like, oh, why don't you Uber home? Like that's what I'm trying to say. They have the audacity to like, so I got to Uber home from a minimum wage job. Like, do you know, like, Uber is not cheap, especially in this city. I live in Toronto. It's a bum ass city, bro. Hate this city. That's another subject. And like, Uber's like $40 and stuff. So one time I did Uber that one time, and I split the Uber with a coworker that lived close to me. So, you know, it was cheap, but still, like, the audacity of these guys to be like, oh, Uber home. No, bro, I gotta go home. You know, I'm trying to say, it's not my career. This is your career. I did my job. I'm going home. I'm not gonna help you. Like, I'm a server assistant, bro. Like, come on, treat me like one. If you're gonna make me a server assistant, you know, I don't gotta do that much, even though I was a hard worker. And to tell you that I was a hard worker, bro, this is how you know you're a hard worker. I had like one of the minority, I had like a minority worker, immigrant worker come up to me. She's like, yo, you're like one of the hardest working white people I've ever seen. I'm like, yo, when an immigrant tells you that you're hard working for a white person, dude, bro, that's how you know, bro. That's how you know. Shout out to you, bro. So after that, I basically was like, I'm quitting, I'm done. And they're like, no, please, we like you, no. I said, you know, too many chances. I gave him too many chances. So I quit. And then one of the bartender guys basically said to me, he was like, hey, yo, Mr. Twink, we really like you. I'm gonna call you back because I want you to manage. So they were giving me a promotion because I was also asking for promotions and management, and I didn't want to be a server. I wanted management experience so I could, you know, have a better resume, not just serve, right? So that happened, and I was jobless for 2 months. Almost homeless, to be honest. Like, I was just like, I had nowhere to stay. Like, I live with my family, but you know, they would like kick me out or kill me if they found out that I didn't have a job. So I would have to just find ways to be outside. So I just wouldn't be home. I would just go to the gym and like literally free roam. It was pretty bad. So then the guy called me. He's like, yo, we're looking for, you know, come back in for an interview. I'm like, all right, let me give this fucking bum ass place a second chance. And by the way, I love the coworkers there. You know, like the workers, they're great. It's just management was like really shit, right? So I walked in, it was nice, I got a little interview, and the bartender guy I met, he was an OG, I fucked with him. He was a really cool guy, and he became a manager, and the other guy that like became a manager too. So I was like very excited, you know, very excited, because like I liked working with them, so I thought this would be good now. You know, I'm working alongside them. So basically I had the interview with them, all went well, but he was kind of like rambling, you know, and I just asked him kindly, I'm like, okay, so if I'm managing and it's my first time, I would like, you know, a contract or something to look over so I can know exactly what my official duties are and, you know, practice and train and prep for this role. And he's like, oh no, I need you now, and I can need you 2 days. And I just didn't like the fact that, you know, the guy that I fucked with, he was starting to like act that way, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. Trauma starts from the top. The owner's a piece of shit, by the way. He's so mean. And that's why all the managers quit. So now he's putting that stress on him, and now this guy that I liked is now acting different and putting the stress on me. So I was like, okay, well, give me a couple of days to look over the job description and stuff, and, you know, I'll get back to you. And like, I was excited. I was genuinely excited to take this job position. He sends me a job description the next day. Why was it all AI? Straight AI. And I know this was AI because at the bottom of the text it had the fucking AI job instructions of like, do you want me to tailor this to a more formal or more casual? He was so fucking lazy that he couldn't even fucking send me a proper job description. And so there was a coworker at the job interview that I did, right? What I was previously talking about. She was like a girly. Well, I thought she was a girly. And she basically, like, when he left, she was like, oh, Twink, if you want to ask me any questions, you can always like text me. I'm like, okay, so she's trying to put me on the in, you know? So I was like, okay, cool. So I text her, I'm like, yo fam, like, why did the man send me like AI, job description? I just kind of looking for something more clear. I just kind of was confused. And I sent her that text message, and I was hoping that she can deal with it. And then because I didn't want to page the man like, oh. So he didn't respond to me, and then he sent me a massive email of the fact that, basically in the email he said, I can't believe you, this job was made for you. I did this all for you. The fact that you're getting upset about the AI job description is just beyond me. It seems very ungrateful, and also you're not even qualified for the job. I'm giving you a chance. So the fact that you're being all whatever is just he was just upset at the fact that I just called him out for using AI. And I just was floored, by the way, and I just responded, I'm like, I accepted the job position. I just want something more clear. And this is what I'm trying to say about the fucking disrespect. He's so dumb. He's like, oh, you don't understand the job instructions? No, I do understand the job instructions. It's just the simple fact that, number one, it's my first management position. I want clear instructions so I can make sure to do the role proper for you. Secondly, I need instructions relating to the restaurant itself. Every workplace is different. If you're just gonna fucking look up a broad general description of, host manager and let AI do it, it's just gonna give you a broad definition of fuck ass shit. And also, I'm managing. I need an official contract, something like a role that is he took his time to get this role prepared for me so I can do my best for them. And this guy was just so in his fucking head about, that the fact that I called him out for using AI, that he just was totally, floored by that. And I just said, you know what? I give you guys so many chances at this fuck ass restaurant, bro. And the fact that, you're trying to gaslight me and make me feel like the bad person for this, and I'm not grateful. Nah, I said, if I was applying for this job position and you caught me using AI in the fucking email, how would you think about me? What would be your first impression of me? He's lazy, he tries to cut corners. And honestly, that restaurant was just constantly people cutting corners, and the workers suffer for it. So I'm not fucking doing this shit anymore. And I was at my breaking point, and it's you know what, bro? I don't need this fucking job. I do need this job, but I'd rather be fucking jobless in a fucking empty ass classroom right now making videos than fucking work for a place that doesn't value me. That is the first sign that you didn't value me. And I have other stories. I've got another guy, I worked for a job, I got a job interview, and the guy canceled on me the day of. And when I say the day of, live, I showed up and he came up to me and he was like, oh no, we can't do this right now, come for another day. No apology, no saying sorry, I'm so sorry, no hospitality, nothing. And he works in the field of hospitality, and he's been just canceling me off. What type of work ethic is that? And it's the principle, man. I don't even work for you. This is my first fucking time meeting you, and this is the first impression you're giving me. And because these corporations know that we're desperate, they think they can just do whatever they want to us, man. They think they can just fucking kick us over. I don't know, here's a fucking job description. I don't know, because he even said in an interview, I don't know, I'm just gonna keep adding more roles to your plate. They don't give a fuck about us, bro. They know that we're desperate. They know that we need experience. So they're I don't know, just whatever, because someone else will do it. Well then, yeah, someone else is gonna do it, but it's not gonna be me. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think the point of this video is just to, know your worth. And I know in tough times like this, where, the job economy, it's really hard to stand up for yourself because you kind of have no choice. But, as much as I don't having a job, I'm very much happy that I didn't take these job positions, because I know at that restaurant, the host managing one, the one I just told you, if I took that job, I would just be the bitch boy for months, because the guy doesn't even know how to fucking do half of this shit. He's a bartender, and the only reason why he became a manager is because the fucking owner couldn't find any more managers. He was desperate. He's all right, bro, you fucking do it. He was second option. So I knew that it would be up to me, and I would be throwing the whole responsibility without help. And the fact that I wasn't getting a proper job description and, just simple instructions. I just want instructions. I just want someone to help me so I can help them. I'm willing. I always show up on time. I'm always happy. I have a good attitude. You know what I'm trying to say? And the fact that I worked so hard at that restaurant for, the whole time I was there, and I got great recommendations by a lot of people. And, just because I called you on your bullshit, you're gonna flip that around and throw that at me like I'm the fucking ungrateful one. That's what these boomers like to do. They like to gaslight our generation that we're ungrateful. we are picky, we're not appreciative of the opportunities we're presented, but the opportunities that are presented is a fucking piece of shit on the plate. Like, okay, thanks for the food, but like, it's rotten, it's gonna kill me, but it's food, right? So eat it, bro. That's them, that's literally them. And I feel like our generation, we're starting to learn that we're not taking this bullshit anymore. And that's why a lot of people are moving to like doing their own little side gigs and businesses and stuff. And everyone's becoming like mini influencers, because we're starting to like just see the game. We're starting to see the game for what it is. It's a fucking scam, bro. And I feel like you guys, anyone out there that, you know, has a sort of skill, like literally work on that, man. An independent skill that you could like, you know, charge for, you know, like I do videography, right? And it's a great skill that I have, and I can charge, like, I can do 2 weddings in a month and I can make more than rent. Or I break my back at some fuck ass restaurant. Like, what choice do you, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you guys, everyone has to lock in on something, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, anyone that's watching this, you're talented at something, you know, and you know what it is. You just have to try and actually like truly like fucking stop procrastinating, man. And this video is more for me than anybody, because I've been that person that just, you know, taking jobs that are, you know, below me because I don't feel like I'm enough. But I'm not doing that anymore, man. I know my worth, and this is the first time in years that in my whole life that I'm finally standing up to like these asshole fucking corporations and jobs. And I even worked at an architect firm a few years back that fired me because I had like a fucking hospital issue. I was in that fucking hospital, and when I came back from the hospital missing 2 weeks of work, the guy was like, "Oh, how are you gonna pay me back?" Because I ran out of sick days. But that's the first thing that the fucking dude said to me. He's like, "Are you okay? It's nice to have you back." No, none of that, bro. "Oh, how are you gonna pay for me? Maybe you should work on the weekends." That's what these fuck ass people do. That's how they look at us, bro. We're like livestock to them. So why are we trying so hard to push for these careers, bro? Careers are a fucking scam. It's a scam. It's a straight scam, man. I'm not doing, like, I used to feel like, I mean, I still feel this way. I still feel like I'm a loser because like I never really set my foot in a career, and I'm, you know, 25. But as years go on, I'm starting to realize that like this is beyond us. Like, no one really has a career anymore. Like, yeah, we have careers, but like my brother works at a car company, and you know, he does a pretty good job, but like he still doesn't have enough to move out. So a career for what? To like still live with mom and dad? A career and work your ass off to come home to mom and dad, not to your own little place? Like, I'm not doing that, man. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, my point is, you might, like, the world is falling apart. AI is replacing jobs. You might as well do what you love, because if the world is ending anyways, what choice do you got, bro? Like, now's the time. Now is the time, dude. Because I don't know, I don't care what people think about me, man. Like, if I'm a failure in their eyes and shit, like, I'm happy. I'd rather be happy and not care what people think. I'm not gonna care what girls think about me, what like anyone, family thinks about me. Like, you know, like this life is hard, man. And especially in my city, the housing crisis is horrible. The rent is average like $2,500. It's a lot of money, man. And I'm just sick and tired of holding myself to standards that are outdated, you know, because like my mom, you know, they got the, you know how it is, like have the house and kids before 30. And like I subconsciously hold myself to those standards, and it's also because my parents throw that onto me all the time, and they always reminded me about how much I'm not doing, and I'm really bad, and it's like they don't understand that like I tried my hardest, bro. Like, I worked so hard at these like bum ass jobs. I tried my best to get a job in my field, and no one's hiring, no one wants to take a chance on me, and I try my best, and I go in person, I apply, like I do it all, and it's never enough. And I'm so sick and tired of people thinking that I'm not trying, I'm being lazy, and I'm just shit. I don't care anymore, man. Hopefully this video helps you guys. You know, I wish you guys luck on everything, you know, and this video is more for me than anything, because I think this video is my wake up call to, you know, I'm gonna really push for what I want to do. And I don't care if I'm poor and, you know, people, like a girl finds me like unattractive, or, you know, calls me a bum because I'm, you know, not working like a really, really cool job. Like, I don't care, man. Like, I got cool friends around me. Well, I got cool friends around me, and, you know, that's all that matters. People, you know, surrounding yourself with people that you love, because I promise you, when you're on your deathbed, you're not gonna be thinking about, man, I wish I had that job. You're gonna be thinking about, I'm glad to have my people around me at the end of my life. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna definitely be making some more content. Peace, guys.